This right here is actually where my heart lies. And I'm okay with that. I'm cool with it. So this is like a 1986, I believe, Fuji Boulevard XC. The lighting isn't the best because the sun's just now coming up and it's around the house. So anyway, um, not really a mountain bike, although, you know, I suppose, I don't know if it was marketed as one or not. The XC makes me feel like, you know, cross country. I believe that's what that probably stands for. This is all steel, forks, frame, everything, except for the bars. I put those bars on separately. Those are aluminum. They're all pit bike bars that I got off of Amazon, pretty cheap. But the brakes, the friction shifters, all that stuff is look at the size of these brake handles. These brake levers are awesome. Anyway, I got knobbies up front that I'm trying. They're a little thinnish. I could put a bigger one on there. Probably will in the future. And then I've got my Continental Double Fighter 2s on the back. They're 1.9s. Those are 1.95s. These look bigger and beefier. They're certainly taller. Anyway, these are great tires. The kind of gravel and stuff I like to ride out here is pretty much flat. There's not a whole hell of a lot of climbing, not a ton of downhill. Now there is that stuff around here. I haven't graduated to that yet. So anyway, I got myself a little bag to put in back. My wife is actually going to make me a frame bag for my top tube. I put an extra water bottle cage on there with these hose clamps. Awesome, right? Because it didn't have anything drilled in or added to the frame. So that's how I put those on there. I replaced all the brake cables and shifter cables, lubed them all up. Got my bell on there. Got a BMX style neck clamp. Of course, put my phone holder up there. I got slime tubes in right now. Oh yeah, I put these on Fuchers, the Amazon special that everyone seems to use. They're real nice. Oh yeah, and I attached a little mini pump in that bag. I've got a basic set of tools, a patch kit, things like that. So I'm kind of turning this into a gravel / adventure / bike packing bike as I go along. I've been using these grips and bars lately. I kind of like them. I might change them out someday. Try for a little bit more of a sweep. We'll see. Yeah, this thing rides great, and I'm getting ready to take it out here in a few minutes. And I'll take you along with me. Anyway, I'm loving this thing. I loved it before when it was original. I had Nitto bars and a stem, and I only took them off because I wanted wider bars. So I'm trying those out. Yeah. Anyway, this is what I'm trading my skating in for. And this is where my focus is going to be. I just feel much freer and safer on a bike. More in control. And I like that. So yeah, let's take her out. All right, folks, here we go. Come along with me. Beautiful fall day here in Tucson, Arizona. So I'm going to ride out to the loop. I'm going to take the alleyways behind behind the houses in this neighborhood, as I normally do, for a little warm-up. And then I'm going to hit the loop. And I'm going to take the loop just for a little bit, and then go off into the desert. All for a nice warm-up. You know what? Curious as to how far this route is going to go. There you go. So I had to turn on Strava because I was really curious as to what this route is going to look like for me. How many miles it is. It's been raining a little bit. I'm hoping that all the dirt I'm going to hit today isn't going to screw me up. Alright, here's the second part, which actually leads me to the loop. Here's the loop. I'm going to go left. Morning. Catch back up with you here in a minute. All right. Up here is where I connect with the desert. Over this bridge. Right here. Right next to this creosote in bloom. It's absolutely beautiful. And all this creosote is before and after a rain. God, they just smell so good. Some people don't like it. Reminds them of like tar and things like that, but I don't know, man. There's something. Ooh, it's sandy. They got real sandy. Anyway. So I'm going to take this road right here. All the way to Wilmot. So, one of the reasons why I wanted to put the knobby tire up front even though it's not quite as beefy, is there's a lot of sand around here. And if I'm going to wash out because I don't have enough tread, it's a lot easier to wash out on the back tire than it is on the front. It's a lot more controllable, you know. So I'm trying this configuration out for the first time. I've never mismatched tires before. If I'm going to crash, I don't want it to be a spectacular crash. And I am almost assured that that's the way it would be if I had the slicker tire up front. Ooh, photo opportunity. All right, this is where I'll make my turn to go alongside of Wilmot Road, which is that road you see right in front of you. I'm going to take this until I turn left, and then I'm going to go in the same direction I just came from, but on a different route. Ooh, look at that. Some four-wheel people came out here and put this dirt here. This wasn't here last time. Test out their vehicles, no doubt. That's cool. Yeah, you can kind of tell that four-wheel drive vehicles come out here quite a bit. I see quads out here. I see motorcycles out here. So, it's pretty neat. I mean, it's just desert right behind the neighborhood where I live. That's all it is. But it's a cool place to come out here, get some solitude for the most part. For the first time ever, I have started wearing gloves for this ride. This will be my first time wearing gloves. Just never really thought to do it before. But as I'm taking riskier routes, I'm finding that I want less and less for my hands to slip off. So, I went and bought a pair of gloves off of Amazon just to try them out. I'll wear them till they wear out and then make a decision of whether I want to get a better pair or not. These aren't too bad. They feel good. Except that, like I said, for my thumb, both my thumbs feel pretty tight up against the end. They're continuing to do so. That's not the best, but it is what it is for now, until I can decide whether or not I want to cut those tips off. Expose my little thumb tips. Kind of planning out a route today. What I think I might want to do on a fairly regular basis. Route that could end up being a little bit challenging here and there. I'm going to guesstimate this route I'm thinking of. It's probably going to be around 7-8 miles. That's my guess. But it's mostly on dirt, gravel, sand, all that. So I'm thinking more than likely, that's going to be a tougher route than if I were to just take the loop that's all paved. So while it might not be a very long route, it'll take more effort. Sand. Watch out for that stuff. Sneak up on you out here. So far I'm liking this front tire. It's just a cheap Amazon tire. Again, I wanted to try it out because if it turns out that this will be better, I'm thinking about getting a wider, beefier tire for the front. Don't know if you saw that guy over there on the other side, but we have a very big homeless, unhoused population here in Tucson. I know this is an issue all over the United States, in cities. But we have such decent weather here, minus the 6 months of 100 plus degrees every day. But even that is more tolerable than it never raining, or it raining all the time and getting cold from time to time. And we're in the best season for it right now. We'll get maybe 1 or 2 times this season in the low 30s, a couple times at night. And with climate change, who knows? Who knows? You can't even really predict anymore, it seems. But anyway, it attracts a lot of people here. A lot of homeless types. And unfortunately, with that comes mental illness, comes drug addiction, crime, all kinds of stuff. Sand. And you got to deal with it somehow, some way.
It's got to be dealt with. A lot of... Ooh, wow, okay. Whew. That was dicey.
Got a little squirrely on me. But again, knobbier tires in the front, I believe, saved me, because I don't think my other tires would have. Okay, so anyway. Where was I? Now that I'm all frazzled and shit. Yeah, so to find them in areas like this or all around town is not unusual at all. I happen to know that there's right up here a little ways, and I'll show it to you here in a little bit. There's a little encampment. I've never actually seen anybody there. During the day is the only time I've been out here. And they're usually out on the streets during the day, finding whatever it is they need to find, whether it's money or food or drugs or alcohol or whatever it is that they need. Anyway, but I've seen signs of it being inhabited, so I know it's being used. Okay, I'm gonna have to get off my bike here in a sec and walk it across this little gully that we're coming up to. This little wash. Because it's too deep to ride through. And here she is. Maybe not. No, I did. Fuck yeah. Get in the right gear, huh? What about that? Oh, I slipped. I fucking slipped a gear. Oh, damn it. Okay, we're back on track. So that in front of us is Valencia Road up top. I can continue on straight ahead to this thing up here. Kind of walk across that. And then I could get on a trail that will lead me to I-10 here in Tucson. Not going to do that today. I'm going to turn around and I am going to head back the way I came. Could go this way. There's a trail that goes that way, as you can see. That'll take me back to the loop, which is just right up here, not too far, right beyond those trees. But again, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go back the way I came. So that homeless encampment I was talking about is right back in there, amongst those taller trees back there. All right, so we're basically just going to go along the same track I just came from. So I'm going to shut this off for a little bit and turn it back on when I feel there's a reason to. See you in a bit. All right, so up here is Wilmot Road again. I'm back, kind of sort of where I started. Down the road from it a bit. And we're gonna cross Wilmot and go directly in front of us. But we're gonna wait for the big old line of traffic. They got stopped at the train. If this car hurries up, I'll be able to get across, like so. All right, so this is the other part that I'm going to turn into this route of mine. So on this side, you see more vehicles parked out here in the desert. The folks living in their vehicles. I've seen some motorhomes, you know, run up, beat up motorhomes. Seen a few tents. It's a slightly neater area, I think, than where I just was. Oh, it's such a beautiful day out, y'all. Such a beautiful day. You're tired, you can take a little nap on that couch right there. No, thank you. Watch some TV while you're at it. No, thank you. Yeah, no, it's just a cooler area out here. Avoid that sand. There's more openness out here. Like, yeah, there's a trailer up there. Or a motorhome, I should say. Somebody making their living out here. Hold on, I gotta take a picture of this and send it to my wife. She's gonna love it. Let's see, where was it? Ah, here it is. Good morning.
Good morning, how are you doing?
Not bad at all. Good. My needs dictate gravel. I'm talking to myself over here. I was just talking about, oh, so check this out. So we had some, every year we have what's called the monsoon. And well, I'm sure you know what a monsoon is. It's supposed to rain a lot. It's our rainy season, basically. You know, I don't know. Seems like the last 10, 15 years or so, the monsoons haven't been all that great. And we can say climate change on that one, I'm sure. Anyway, so all this fills up. And this little ditch out here, you couldn't ride down into it. On that slope right there in front of us, where it's still kind of white in color, whitish gray in color, you could only go maybe almost halfway down that thing. maybe a little over halfway down that thing, because all this was filled with water. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, I was thinking about this particular bike that I'm on. I love this thing. When I first got this, I don't know, 8 months ago? That's a guess. Seriously, I don't even freaking remember. It was this year though. Anyway, when I got it, it didn't look like this. Like I said earlier, it had Nitto bars on it, which were nice. And they're great bars. I love them. I rode them that way up until, well, hell, this is my first real ride on these bars. So up until about a week and a half ago or so. They just weren't as wide as I wanted them to be. Anyway, then it had much smoother, smaller tires on it. Anyway, I was just thinking about the name of this thing, Boulevard XC. Kind of makes me think, you know, it was intended for kind of an all-around town type of deal. But my needs for it is stuff like this. So I changed it up to suit my needs. What's down here? I don't think I've been this way. I mean, I kind of sort of have, because that path I was just on leads to this, and I think this goes in the... Oh, yeah. I ain't gonna try to bunny hop that. No, thank you. I'm good. Adventurizing, folks. That's what this shit's all about. Checking out new stuff. Getting out. Some fresh air, some exercise. New sights, new sounds. Anyway, back to the path. Yeah, so my needs are gravel and dirt. No jumping, nothing like that. Nothing too techy. So I'm not scared of rocks. At least not smaller ones. So I got a goal for this whole thing, right? Not just this bike, but it's part of the goal is this bike. But I have this goal to ride gravel as much as I can. And there's a lot of it here in Tucson, in and around Tucson. So there's no shortage of that, right? And because I'm wanting to build myself up physically and mentally for going on longer gravel rides. I just love being out here. I love it. So this road right here, I don't know what this was for, but it's actually paved. But, so it goes to that big berm up there, and then it curves off to the right. And the last time I was down this way, some homeless folks were building a little encampment back in that direction against the berm. So I'm not going to bother with it right now. Screw it. All right, so this comes back up to the top of where I was originally going to go. Before I turn onto that road. gonna really freak y'all out right now. Yeah. These grasses are cool. It's a neighborhood next to my neighborhood. I'm not far from home. Train that we saw a little bit ago. Well, not the train we saw, but the line that we saw. Kolb Road, right out there. Got the Rincon Mountains. Got the Catalina Mountains. You can barely see them over the houses right now. But those are the Tucson Mountains way, right there. And then you've got what I call Mount Doom. But it's the Santa Rita Mountains down that way. So right over here, those mountains right there above those houses, it's got clouds on them right now, right? Well, especially during the summer monsoon season, there'll be clouds sitting on top of that mountain, and then the sun, of course, is setting that way over the Tucson Mountains, and it gets to a certain point where it lights up those clouds and turns them like orangey red color, and it looks like freaking Mount Doom to me, and so I call it Mount Doom. If you don't know what Mount Doom is, well, you just don't know, and that's a shame. I'm so sorry. Anyway, here she is. Fuji Boulevard XC. I love this freaking bike. God, I love this bike. It's me. It's me on wheels. Fits me perfectly. I'll change stuff about it here and there, I'm sure. But the frame and everything, it's 26-inch wheels. I love this thing. I'm gonna grab something quick to eat. Came down this hill a few moments ago, but I wasn't recording. So let's get back up the hill. And then go down it again, this time recording.
Because I gotta record everything I do. Because if I don't, it didn't happen. What's going on?
Anyway. All right. I think it's time to head back home. I've got some final thoughts on me not riding skateboards anymore. Because of my skill level, because of my comfort on a bike, I see And because of what I'm willing to do and not do, I see much less potential for hurting myself in my older age.
I'm not trying to be a pussy about it. I'm just,
Morning. Just, you know, not wanting to deal with broken bones.
Zach, you broke your nose over a month ago, and that was on a bicycle. Yeah?
Yeah, and I'd have been perfectly fine had that car not come up beside me and got so damn close to me. So there you go. Look, man, nothing against skaters, man. I get it. I totally get it.
This is a personal decision to follow. Well, fuck it, man. Follow my heart. Because on two wheels is where my heart is. So, that's that. That's where I'm at.
You know, deal with it. I am, and I'm happier for it too. I can cover much longer distances, and that's what I want to do. So there we go. Follow along if you want to. Here I am. I ain't going anywhere. Except for straightforward.